Thanksgiving, Part 1. Today, we're going to take a break from our study of the Ten Commandments, and we're going to discuss Thanksgiving. Today it's going to be Part 1, and Wednesday it'll be Part 2. And then Friday we'll go back to our study of the Ten Commandments. We have different traditions that we can enjoy every day here in America. And one great special day is Thanksgiving. And, where we can remember God's providence. And what does that mean? Well, it means that He's involved in His plans to take care of us and to give us what we need. That's providence. We give thanks to Him. Thanksgiving itself, it started in 1620 when the Pilgrims, they came here and they arrived in the New World here in America. They suffered terrible loss. Almost 50% of the people died. They didn't have food and they didn't have shelter. And the people there, they were not bitter though. They gave thanks to God for leading them through their suffering. The word Thanksgiving, um, the word Thanksgiving, in the beginning, it was two words, thanks and giving. And that was really what it was. And later, President Lincoln, he established a special day for us to give thanks to God. And that was for our nation here. And it was a holiday. And the holiday, it really meant holy day. And it was to celebrate God's goodness to us and to thank Him. Today we live in a secular world, and that means that many don't have a religion. Also, in our culture today, people out there, they look at Thanksgiving very differently than they did a long time ago. Often people will call it Turkey Day instead of Thanksgiving. And the reason that we call it Turkey Day is because there's another tradition of serving turkey to people. We can remember growing up and look back to our celebrations of Thanksgiving that we had with our family and that we had every year and look forward to those. We celebrate with our family and we have a wonderful time, wonderful memories. Thanksgiving, it's a tradition that we celebrate. We get together with our family and we watch football on TV and we eat a lot of food. But it's a special time that we can express deep and sincere, real thankfulness, real gratitude to God, for His providence towards us. Does that mean nothing? No, it's huge. We have years worth of His mercy and His grace and His comfort to us and His loving kindness. He takes care of us and He leads us through our lives. And we need to take time to express our gratitude to Him. When the Pilgrims arrived here a long time ago, the very first Thanksgiving, what they did is they gave God thanks. And our thankfulness to God, well, it seems to have diminished in our culture, through the years. And Thanksgiving itself, it means being thankful to God. In our culture today, we don't focus on being thankful. Paul, he teaches in Romans chapter 1, he says that all people are sinners and their hearts, the foundation of our hearts is sin. We all around the world do that. We're guilty of this. And one of the sins that we do is that we are not thankful to God. We're not. We don't express the truth of Him. Paul, he explains there, what it's looked like ever since Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve rebelled, and that's the same as us. We rebel. And God has shown Himself through all of creation every day. We know that God is there. And Paul says that God's wrath, every day, is shown to us again and again to all people. We suppress the truth about God. It's very clear we can see God everywhere. Just look around you. And we tend to ignore him again and again and again. I want to show you an example of how God feels. Let's say you go to a party, maybe it's a birthday party or Christmas party or something like that. It doesn't matter, but you go to a party and you walk into the room, there's a group of people over there, and they ignore you. They can see you, they can, but they're ignoring you. How would you feel? Well, you'd feel awful, right? You'd feel hurt. And that's the same with God. Whenever we do not acknowledge God, we feel this way, and we don't see God in person, but we see God. We know he's there. We can see him through all the things that he has created. He shows himself. Just look around you. Just look around. Says that the heavens declare God's handiwork, all the things that he has made. And that means that we can see God. Wow, the greatness and perfection of God. And how do we know this? We just look around us. Everything is perfect, the plan, the way everything comes together. No person is without excuse for not giving praise to God. No person. We all know that God is there. We can see it through the things around us, through all things, all of creation. We don't think about giving God the praise, and we should. We should praise him and thank him, for all of the blessings that he's given to us. And this Thursday on Thanksgiving, give God the praise and the gratitude that he deserves. Paul teaches that, we should always pray with thanksgiving. Paul's not vague about this either. He's not. He says that our prayers every day should be of thanksgiving. Not only on one time a year should we give God, pray to him and give him thanks. No, it shouldn't be just one day a year. We should be thankful to God, every minute of our lives we should. With Thanksgiving, but on Thanksgiving we want to eat food, and of course we want to have family time and make good memories. There's nothing wrong with that. But we shouldn't avoid God. Make plans this Thanksgiving to be different than Thanksgivings before. Be different from any other year before. Make it different. What are you going to do? Thank God. Look to him for all of his mercy, his tender mercies that he's given us. All the blessings we've received from him. Does God have mercy on all people? Is that right? Oh, yes. Every breath that we take, every breath, every day, God gives us that. He gives us life. And without it, we would die. We are sinners. We have sinned against God. But, he is so good to us. He has such mercy on us all the time, and we should thank him. Now, how do we apply this to our Christian life? Well, we should meditate, especially this Thanksgiving. Think about, our life in living Coram Deo. And that's a Latin word, and it means, that we're living before the face of God and, under his authority for his glory. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Coram Deo.